boy and a girl, but obviously you guys can make them 2 girls, 2 boys, whatever, 2 robots. It makes 0 difference at all. Okay, first one, I'm going to draw on this half of the paper. That way I'll have room for this side. Okay, I'm not going to draw the ground yet, so we're just going to have our robot floating. And right now, if you have your own idea for a robot, that's fine. You do not have to follow along. The first thing I'm going to do up here, because this is where the head's going to be, and I'm not going to put it too close to the side because I need to draw arms and things like that. I'm going to draw a square. Okay, I have a really fun idea now. We're going to draw them at the same time. So there's the first one. And then over on this half of the paper, I'm going to draw this one. This one's going to be kind of like a rainbow almost. So look, 2 totally different heads. Okay, I like that. And let's connect his head like this. I said his because that's going to be my boy, this is going to be my girl, but you can flip-flop, do whatever you want to do. All right, let's do antennas now. This one, I'm going to make a line like this. Almost looks like lightning. And when I do that, I'm going to do the exact same line right here. And at the top, I'm just going to put a circle. Okay, then my antennas do not have to be the same. If you want them to, they can. And there we go. And this guy, I think I'm going to do more of a wavy antenna with a circle on top. Okay, if you were in the middle school class yesterday, we studied an artist named Keith Haring, who I absolutely love. That book's trying to come back to make me say silly things. I'm not going to do it. And Keith Haring did not have a lot of detail, but he used line to make movement, sound, and emotion. So I'm going to put lines above here, and that way it looks like their antennas are working and maybe they're talking to each other. So that's cool. Okay. Next thing we're going to do, let's go back here. For the mouth, I'm going to make a rectangle. You do not have to make a rectangle. Remember what I always tell you guys. You can do whatever you want, and whatever type of art you create is great art. So do it. So that is going to be one mouth, and this is going to be the other mouth. This one I'm going to leave blank inside. That one I left little teeth, or whatever robots have. I have no idea. Okay. Now let's do the eyes. Here, one circle and another circle. And inside that, another circle and another circle. And what I like to do in a lot of artwork, and you'll see a lot of artists do this when you look at famous art, is you want to create balance throughout your artwork. And so I have lines right here. So watch. I'm going to add some lines in here. Okay, now it's just kind of flowing through the artwork. And over here, I'm going to do some oval eyes like this. And keep it very simple. All right. So I'm looking pretty good with detail, but I'm going to make this one a little more three-dimensional, and I'm going to add some lights to this one. So without touching this line, watch what I do. I'm going to make an oval like that. So everybody make an oval like that there. And look, it's just kind of floating. It's not touching anything. And we're going to turn this one into more of a three-dimensional robot. This one, I'm going to put a backward C right there. I'm going to put a forward C right there. And I'm going to add more Keith Haring lines. And I'm going to make these look like it's more of a light bulb. And when I color it in, maybe I'll make them red or orange or yellow, a warm color to make it a little better. But watch what I do. Two little lines like this. and a squiggly line now looks like a light bulb. So he has to be very careful walking around things so he doesn't bump his light bulb lights on anything. I don't know what that means. Okay, this part's very difficult. Here we go. I'm going to make a diagonal line right here, and I'm going to stop it right at the bottom. I'm going to make it, you guys do that. So diagonal line there. Okay, I'm going to make the exact same diagonal line right there. Okay, it's the exact same angle, it's the exact same length and everything. And then I'm going to go up to this corner and make the exact same diagonal line. Right there. Over here, I'm going to make two lines coming down. Okay. Okay, now we're going to go back to this oval. And I'm going to make kind of a triangle shape, but it's going to be kind of rounded. So don't worry too much about the pointy lines. We're going to make the rectangle or the triangular shape there and leave it be. And over here, I'm going to round this off to close up the neck. And then I'm going to make a square for this body, but I'm going to make it smaller. And it's also going to be rounded. So I'm going to go here, here. And I'm sure I'm going too fast, so I'm going to slow down. I'm going to take Mr. Bellis's advice, and I'm going to drink some water. And now we'll start connecting this head. And here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to connect these lines right here. And then I'm going to connect this line to this line, but I'm not going to go in front of the body. I'm going to go behind it, and that'll create the illusion that it's three-dimensional. There we go. All right, so now we have our cute little faces, our bodies, and let's do the legs. Now let's do the designs on the body. So everybody make a happy face right there. And inside that, put a dot there and a dot there. And right here, make a long rectangle with two dots in it. And those can be buttons he pushes, like Buzz Lightyear had those buttons. You can have buttons like that. All right. So now we're going to make a square here. It's going to be a secret compartment that she can open, so it needs a handle. And it also needs hinges or a way to open so it doesn't break. So I'm just going to put a little rectangle there and a little rectangle there. Now it looks like you could open it up and she could put candy in there or cookies, probably not ice cream because it would melt. She could put her lunch in there. I would have to put like my cell phone in there, and that way I would never forget it. So anything you want to put in there, she can put in there. He's looking pretty good. So now we're going to do arms. Right here, I'm going to do a half circle and a half circle. And here I'm going to do a square and a square. Well, they're starting to come together nicely. And they might even be best friends, I don't know. All right, down here, I'm going to make a curved line and then bring the exact same line up. Okay, and to make it look like it's a little more metal, I'm going to add our lines again. And over here, I'm going to go a little bit high here, stop it there, and have a circle right there. So now I've got her right arm, his left arm. Okay. Now I'm going to do this arm coming this way. I'm going to try to make it the same length and the same width. And I'm going to add my little lines to it. And then his arm, same thing. This one looks like a little thicker, but that's okay. And the circle. Okay. Per hand, I'm going to do a line here and a line here, but look, they're not touching. Do you see how I left open space? And you'll see why in a second. And his hand, let's think of a fun hand for him. I'm going to make it be, oh, let's do this side first. Like a magnet. So it's just an upside down letter U, like that. That would be super cool to have a hand magnet. Like, let's say you wanted a soda that was in a can that was magnetic, and your parents are like, no, 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 no more soda. You can take your hand out, soda comes right to you. Next thing you know, you're drinking a root beer at 11 o'clock at night. It's all good. All right, over here, we're gonna make some claw marks. That would not be as fun because it would be very hard to hold hands with somebody like that. All right, so now we've got these sides going, but it would be good for opening stuff. All right, so now we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna make our almost oval, but leave it open. And our magnet. And they're giving a fist bump. So you guys do that and we'll slow down. And I bet you guys know what I'm going to put here to make it look like they're doing fist bump. And put my Keith Haring lines. We're studying Keith Haring again today, guys, if you want to join. And we'll learn some more fun stuff about him. That's at 2 o'clock every day. They might have a new schedule next week. We'll figure that out, but I promise we'll keep doing something fun. Okay, so now we need some legs. The first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to stick with my rectangle theme. I'm going to go there. And over here, I'm going to draw two curved lines like this for the legs. And I bet you guys can guess what I'm going to put inside those legs. The lines. All right, looking good. Now for him, I'm going to put a circle here, and then legs down like this. All right. Okay, now let's do some feet. Now, secret to feet, I'm going to show you guys to make them look more three-dimensional. You never start right here. So this one, I'm going to put a happy face way down here and a happy face way over here. And then a happy face right here and a happy face right there. And you'll see why in a second. We're now going to connect the feet. So if you have your happy faces here, watch what I do. I'm going to bring this behind the leg on each one. Okay, so it's behind the leg on each one, and that makes it look like the heel is actually behind the robot. So connect all those and put it behind the leg, don't run a line through it, and then put a sad face at the very top. And that looks like the toe of the shoe. So it's going backwards. So these are our two robots that don't have pizza with blueberries for a head. Okay, you guys catch up on that. All right, and now they're floating in the air. So we're gonna make a couple changes here. And what I'm gonna do, and I always do it like this, guys, so it's easier for me to draw a straight line. I'm gonna draw a line all the way across, but I'm gonna stop when I get to the robots. That way it's not going through them and it looks like it's behind them. And now I've created this little ground they're standing on, bumping it up. And making good friends. And I'm going to show you guys one thing. You do not have to do this, but I'm going to show you how to make it look more metal. And what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to draw a line right down the middle here. Okay, and I changed pens. I got a thinner pen. And I'm going to put little dots right here to make it look like it's been kind of screwed together or riveted together. I don't even know if that's a real word. Like, I'm terrible with tools. I could not, let's put it like this. I could not make a robot even if I wanted to. Maybe I'll try today. Okay, so I'm just adding those little details right there. You can do it in his arms too, just to make it look like he's put together this way. And just put him wherever. And that makes him look a little more metal, a little more robotic. And we've got our fun little guys. Okay, so I'm going to keep this up for a couple minutes just so you can see it. And then I'm going to come around and check out what you guys are doing. I'm going to add a few more details while you guys are working. Not only does this look like they're kind of happy, it fills up my negative space, so I could color these. You guys do not have to do hearts if you don't want to. Always do what makes you happy in your artwork. That's the secret, because you find something you love doing, you'll want to do it all the time. And that, my friends, is a good idea.